Don't forget to check out my Patreon where we have exclusive content for groups such as Twice, 17, Red Velvet, Blackpink, NCT, Super M, Shiny, AT, Stray Kids, and so much more, along with K-dramas, concerts, and other variety shows.
So, yeah. Yeah, that happened. Like, what do we say? Oh, the tears, they're already here again. So, do you see my hand shaking? I don't even know how to, like, move on. Like, mm, mm. I saw it coming, as you can see in other reactions. I said it. It was all weird. Nothing felt right. And people were like, no, no reason. They're fine. They're gonna come back. They didn't come back. Like, and part of me was like, saw it coming, and then part of me also still cried. I haven't cried over a departure since Wonho from Monsta X. Like, I was sobbing during BI, and then I cried from Wonho because he left on my birthday. What a great way to celebrate a birthday. And then here we are. I think it's worse because I saw it coming. Like, I think that maybe that's why it hurt more. I just I'm so glad I bought Yeti. I just and Mashiho and Yedam, they're not even my biases. Same with BI, Wonho, but they were all such integral parts of the group. And like a lot of people were saying, "Oh, the boys must be hurt because they didn't know." I feel like they did know. I feel like everything was like I feel like their hiatus was their departure. It was just a lot of legal discussion and stuff because when you leave a group, if you're leaving a group, it's harder than if you're being kicked out of the group because you have contracts and stuff. So my assumption is I do think they left for their reasons, but I think I'm still suspicious. Like everything felt suspicious. It's giving sus. So I'm assuming maybe Mashiho did leave for mental health reasons, but kind of like with June, the member of Weekly, she had a hiatus for mental health, and then she left the group, and it turns out she didn't leave the group. So my suspicion is I feel like Mashiho maybe left for mental health reasons because they were being so vague about it, and I always felt like maybe he has some bit of anxiety and stuff. I.e., like the episode of YG Treasure Box when he was clearly having a panic attack over a simple jump that he wasn't allowed to use. Like, that's not a normal reaction, and I've always felt like maybe he has a bit of anxiety. I'm not going to diagnose him, but he always seemed a little antsy. So my assumption is maybe he was actually trying to do just a hiatus, but then maybe YG didn't want to deal with that, and maybe they did, like maybe they weren't patient enough, you know what I mean, because it's money for them. So I think they just kind of maybe kicked Mashiho out because he wasn't ready to come back. That's just speculation, something like that. Like, I don't think Mashiho wanted to leave, and I don't think it was a physical injury because we would have seen signs of physical injury, because it's not like he I can't imagine him getting injured, like, and us not knowing, or unless it's like maybe an internal mental health thing, like maybe he's sick or something. Hopefully nothing like that, like, but you know, like maybe it's not a visible like broken leg or something, or it could be like back a slip disc or something like that, something like Hyunjun Hwal from The Boys. And then for Yedam is the most weird to me. And a lot of people are like, why would he leave when he did all this? And I agree. I actually do agree. I don't see, because I understand the concept. I understand people change, and I understand the concept of like singers not wanting to sing anymore and just being producers. Like, I understand that concept. I just don't see Yedam being that way, because Yedam always seemed like, obviously we don't know him, but like he always seemed like he liked to sing. So it's very odd to me for his personality. Like, I could see Asahi doing something like that, like Asahi, or like even Bi from Icon and stuff. Like, I could always have seen them as just being producers. But for Yedam, it seemed to me like he liked producing a lot, but he also loved singing. I always felt like that was his thing. But maybe because his family, I think people forget this, his family were singers, maybe he felt pressure to sing. So maybe he never loved singing. Because I don't remember him ever, like, saying he loved to sing. You know what I mean? Like, maybe he has, and I just don't remember. But I don't remember him ever saying that was his, like he's in love with singing. So, but I feel like it's also, I would feel horrible that he wasted so much time and effort and struggles to debut just to leave a year and a half in. Like, it wasn't even 2 years for them, because I forgot it's been 2 year anniversary, but they weren't even there for the second anniversary, so they were already not even having 2 years. I'm thinking perhaps it if we're going down the route that this is their choice, I will never believe it's the idol's choice until we get a handwritten letter. If there's a departure without a handwritten letter, I even question those. I always find it suspicious, because, especially this early on, it's too suspicious to me because there's no handwritten letter. And that's always a key to idols disbanding and or leaving groups. That's the whole thing. Because Yedam and Mashiho are very much fan-centric. Like, they very much clearly adore their fans. Yedam has had fans for so long. I cannot imagine, specifically Yedam, who had strong stands since he was literally like 13, not writing a letter. And Mashiho was very sentimental. So it's very odd to me that they wouldn't allow them to write, like, why wouldn't YG let them write letters? And I don't imagine them not wanting to. So I feel like, why would YG not have them write something? Even if it's a quick something, even if it's on a notepad. Like, I think that's odd, because if it's such an okay, like, consensual, both ways departure, what's the issue with them writing letters? Unless it wasn't actually their choice. But then I'm like, why would YG kick out Yedam? So my assumption is maybe the producing thing is true, maybe the school thing is true, but kind of like with my theory with Mashiho, maybe YG was okay with them having a little hiatus because they need Mashiho and Yedam. So they were like, okay, you guys want this little break, cool, come back in a few months. But then maybe Yedam, like, didn't realize YG sucks and was like, peace. And YG was mad about it, so they didn't allow them to write their phrasings because something might come off a little odd. But then also, I don't see Yedam, i.e. betraying the members. And I want to say this, no matter what, if the members ever feel resentment towards Yedam or Mashiho, I'm okay with that, because they're so young and we don't know their relationship. So if they ever say something that's a little off and it feels mean to them, while I wouldn't agree with it, I can't sit here and say their responses are wrong or anything, because we don't know if Yedam and Mashiho already planned to leave and just never told them. Like, imagine that. Imagine their goodbyes were the last goodbyes and they knew it and didn't say it to them. Like, I wouldn't blame either, but like, I wouldn't be mad if they ever felt resentment. And also, I do think the guys knew at least a few weeks ago, at least in the time period since Hello Promotions, because there's that clip of Jungkook and they were asked, like, how many foreign members do you have or something, and Jungkook he didn't only look uncomfortable, he looked very, like, upset. Like, his reaction now in hindsight makes even more sense, because he was uncomfortable, but also he looked kind of, not pissed off, but like, I don't know how to describe it. His reaction felt like he knew things that he couldn't tell us. You know what I mean? So I do think they knew, and everyone's saying they were you know, what's the word, like, caught off guard and stuff. I don't think so. I would say they even, like, I really think this was already in discussion, and they would have to discuss it with the other members to let them know how to react and stuff. Because if this was a normal hiatus, like I said, since day one, if this was a normal hiatus, they would be allowed to mention them, because Twice always mentioned Mina and Junghyun. And if it was a health break, especially for Mashiho, they would be allowed to mention him because it wasn't a scandal. They wouldn't have cut them out of pictures because it wasn't a scandal. So I'm also thinking, what if there was a scandal and this was just the excuse? What if Mashiho and Yedam were caught dating? Me trying to think of happy things to not cry, and they decided to leave together. That's my theory. That's the only thing that makes me not want to just crawl in a corner and cry. I've actually, like, November's like the worst month of my life every year, and this definitely didn't help because I'm already always depressed in November. So this just, that's the icing on the cake, isn't it? Yeah. And they also, I find it really disrespectful that YG announced this right before this music video. But then again, I guess they were planning to announce it after, but they had to delay the music video because of the sad thing that happened during Halloween. So I guess it's fine because they didn't plan this to air at this time. So it's cool, it's fine. It's not their fault. But anyone defending YG in this situation, I'm asking, what, even if they didn't kick them out, something led to them not wanting to be in the group despite, like, there was a reason they didn't find it okay to still be part of the group. So yeah, I'm really assuming everything's probably somewhat true, but there's definitely more to it. And I do think maybe Mashiho, like, because if it was really a mental health issue, because like I said, I really don't think it was a physical one. I don't see why he couldn't have come back. Like, I don't see why he had to terminate the contract and stuff. Because while mental health is never, it's usually, in most cases, a lifelong thing. You can always live your life if you're given the proper help to the extent you want to. And with YG, you would have the money to have that solution to getting medication or something if it's something long term. And if it's not long term mental health problems, you should be allowed to come back. So I don't understand. I think YG just doesn't want to deal with it. Anyways, I'm depressed, and like I said, I've seen it coming. You can see it in lots of videos that I did with Treasure. Something's up, something's sus, I didn't trust it, everything felt wrong. I've been down the road before with many other groups, and yeah, this is the year of my favorite groups getting members kicked out, isn't it? Last year was girl groups disbanding that I liked, and this year it's boy groups losing members, and even some girl groups, because we had Nine from A-Pink, What's Her Face from Weekly, What's Her Face from is Nine, Hitchan from Victon, Raven from ONEUS, and now the worst one, because this is my favorite. This is one of my favorite groups, and I never would have ever thought they would. If any member was leaving, I don't know how to word this because I don't want to jinx it, but I thought it would be like maybe Jaehyuk or Asahi or even maybe Jihoon. I have no specific reasons for Jaehyuk and Jihoon, but for Asahi, I thought maybe he just wouldn't like being famous. Well, like, basically for the reason of Yedam, where I thought maybe he would prefer being a producer. Regardless, let's just hop into the video because I'm just tired of this. And good news, my album's finally arrived. Wow, they couldn't even, fuck you YG, I hate them. They couldn't even give me English subtitles. I'm so mad at YG. Anyways. Oh, it's giving me Uh-Oh from Idol Vibes. From Soyeon. I cannot believe it took me so long to understand the K, VolKno. I cannot believe. I got every reference to YG groups, and then here I am not understanding the case. Oh, questionable. 7 Choco, that's funny. Oh, I can't wait for the behind the scenes. Also, I pulled the Yoshi photocard, it was great. VolKno. Does that mean we're gonna get a subunit Haruto and Asahi music video? Probably not. Maybe this one's just special because it's cool. Oh, Haruto looks adorable. Oh my god, it's so cool. Is it really him there? I can't. They're doing a lot of shots from far away when the car is moving, so maybe it's a stunt double. I was about to say it's kind of risky. It's giving Dylan O'Brien Maze Runner issues. Okay, no. My assumption is this music video was to soften the blow for what was to come, but they had to delay it because of rest in peace the Itaewon issues. So they were like, guess we'll post it after to soften the blow after. I really think that's what they were doing. Because they don't do B-side music videos often. They only did Dorari because it was popular. It wasn't even a music video. I'm so curious about these shots. Like, that's risky to do for your treasure. Get it? Oh, Hyunsuk stands. How y'all doing? Hyunsuk's going off here. He was enjoying this filming. Okay, no. Oh, I hate the girls. I love it's Choi Hyunsuk, but then it's just Yoshi and Haruto. Yeah, I mean, I also assume, I'm just gonna throw this out here, it's kind of a theory of mine, I think they were probably planning to do a lot of treasure map filming sometime this year. I really assume treasure map was supposed to come back maybe November or December, but I think with the negotiation with Yedam and Mashiho, I think they were holding back because YG, I really think YG was trying to figure out some legal stuff, maybe trying to, whichever theory it is, whether YG kicked them out or whether they tried to leave but they have to negotiate the contract because it's very hard to leave a group, i.e. EXO. So I think they couldn't film Treasure Map because they weren't sure if they were going to keep Yedam and Mashiho in either scenario, and you can't film that many episodes without those. I mean, unless they continued the hiatus type thing and we're like, hey, we were filming this during their hiatus, that's why they're not here. But I really do think as soon as the hiatus was announced, they either had planned to kick them out or they planned to leave, and they just had to try to figure something out in this time period and see if they can either keep them or negotiate the thing without making a big fuss over it. So that's my theory. I did like this music video. It was very odd because I was expecting a VolKno. I don't know why. I really thought they would do VolKno in there, but there was no VolKno. I feel a bit robbed. There's a lot of cars. I think it was probably really fun to film this though. Uh, I would assume they were in the car in all the scenes, and because I was trying to see if, well, like the shots far away, you can still tell it's them. So I think it's really fun to film. I'm guaranteeing it was hilarious to film, and they probably had a lot of fun. They look actually really excited and happy, and I think that's a weird thing is I feel like Treasure are very happy right now. So that's the one thing is where I do kind of understand why people think they didn't know the whole time, because they just look so happy this comeback. At least to me, they looked really happy this comeback. Like they were vibing. So either they already knew and, you know, they were sad the first like few months, but because it's been a while since that, they're, you know, they have to live their lives. They can't linger on it. So I think either they got over it in a sense or they didn't know until now. But I think they would be still kind of, I guess they wouldn't have thought, oh, they're not coming back if they didn't know. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Also, do you think do you think anything about it suspicious, or is everyone just kind of being crazy? I think the reason I think everything's being suspicious is because I've seen so many departures, and this is the weirdest one since Stray Kids' Woojin, which is still an enigma in and of itself. Like that departure was so weird. It was such an odd departure and led to a lot of like controversy because of the lack of information, and I really would rather they just be more transparent. And for everyone saying, well, legally Mashiho doesn't have to say why, like they don't have to say why, but it makes everything, I really, as much as I love to also agree that they should have privacy with a departure so big, I do think controversially that they should be transparent with why, because it leads to more questions than answers, and then it could detriment their career in the future if they're not, if it comes out that maybe something else happened or there's a lot of questions and rumors. It will just lead to their future careers being a little wishy-washy. It'll also lead to rumors I've already seen, really annoying rumors that like people were being mean in the group, which I'm like, where is this coming from? See, that's why you should be transparent. It can detriment some of the members' career in the future, in the sense that maybe people might think there was bullying going on and stuff, and it can also detriment their own futures if people make up rumors that they like I joked earlier, like maybe Mashiho and Yedam got caught dating each other, but it could lead to like maybe, because the whole Woojin thing was people think he secretly had a girlfriend or something, kind of like that member of Day 6 that we don't remember because he left so early. He got caught with the girlfriend and couldn't be in the group, which is stupid, but whatever. So it could lead to that, but I don't think YG would kick anyone out for dating. I think they're pretty okay with it as long as it's hidden. But yeah, it could lead to rumors like that. So I do wish transparency simply for their own benefit and for us to have an answer when anyone wants to make something up and be like, actually, receipts, this is what actually happened. So I don't know, but I'll try not to mention them too much in an annoying sense of like, oh, I wish they were here, but I will also not acknowledge their existence. And I've done this with BI and Wonho. It leads to uproar because I always miss OT7 content and I do search for it. Same with Soojin from Idol, and I'm gonna mention them because I love them and I me stuttering because I'm sad and I miss them, so I will mention them because I want to and because they existed in the group, so it'd be kind of hard not to. I am very proud of what they had accomplished, the boys, without two main vocalists though. Like they really, their recent album is my favorite album, and it's without two people who I really was worried their absence would be too missed. Obviously I still miss their absence, like I still miss them, and I mentioned how well they would sound in certain songs, but they managed, you know, and we get to hear more of the other. See, I feel bad saying that though, because it almost sounds like I'm saying their absence isn't important. But I would like to rephrase by saying their absence, while important, doesn't hinder the other talents. Like they formed a good group to where without two very important members that could probably drop any other group, like, and make it worse for them, they managed because they have other amazing vocalists and dancers, so at least it was balanced well. So yeah, Mashiho and Yedam stands, I'm here for you, and everyone else too, because like I said, they're neither my biases. Mashiho was my bias wrecker though, and I was depressed. Still kind of am, because like I said, November sucks anyways. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
3 4 5 2 2 3 4 5 3 2 3 4 5